Is there trouble?
Oh, no, it's just, sorry.
Oh.
The video wasn't starting.
What?
Here we go.
Hello, everybody. My name is Dave Juskow, and this is the Comedy Cellar Football Show. So let's keep the party polite. Never get out of my sight. Stick with me, baby. I'm the fella you came in with. Luck be a lady. Luck be a lady. Ow, luck be a lady. Tonight. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the season finale of the Comedy Cellar Football Show. I am Dave Juskow, your host for the finale of what has been 17 weeks in the making, folks. Yes. And we are here tonight on a very special show with some great guests. And I will tell you that next week, starting January 5th, we will change our format. We will be called the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show without the football, and it will be a talk show format beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, not 8 p.m. anymore. 7 p.m., a half-hour show, and that's what we will be doing from now on Tuesdays, so we can keep the Comedy Cellar going, even though we can't go inside, and have a few laughs with the people you love from the cellar and beyond. And that is the big plan. Obviously, plus press our donate button in the chat room if you feel that that would be a good plan, as I do. And let's meet everybody this evening from, in no particular order, the way I see them on my screen. To my left, he has appeared on The X-Files, Larry Sanders Show, and Curb Your Enthusiasm. He co-produced the wonderful HBO documentary, The Zen Diaries of Gary Shandling. His podcast, entitled The History of Stand-Up with Andrew Stephen, can be found on iTunes and all of your favorite streaming platforms. Please welcome Wayne Federman, everybody.
Thank you very much. This is great. So this is the last show in the history of this show. Or are you going to do it next year? You're going to reboot?
I'll probably do it next year again, although people are fed up with the football.
So, but nope, not during the playoffs. Nothing when football is exciting.
I think people have had it with this show. I'll explain more later.
Of course.
To my right, he is the director of such films as Role Models and Wonderlust, and the legendary cult classic Wet Hot American Summer, as well as its Netflix prequels and sequels. His new show is called Medical Police and can be found on Netflix. Please welcome David Wain.
Dave.
Hello, David.
So nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
And I like to think that I'm here on the series finale.
Right. The series finale.
The series finale. And if you do it again next year, then you've betrayed that notion.
Yes, I suppose that's true, but we've seen it done before. And my bottom, funny every week.
Thank you.
Sorry, it's worse when it's a woman. He is the director of last year's Between Two Ferns movie and the co-creator of the TV show as well. He also created Comedy Bang Bang, live radio and TV shows. His current podcast with Adam Scott is called You Talking Heads to My Talking Head and can be heard on the Earwolf Network, which he is incidentally the co-founder of. Please welcome Scott Aukerman, everybody.
Hi, Dave. So I'm a little insulted I was last, unless, you were kind of saving me as like the big guest.
I said I was going in order of the way
I know what you said, but it's, it's obviously a lie and I don't appreciate it.
Haven't you ever heard of that old standby, last but not least?
No, I've never heard that. What's it mean?
It's funny. I don't know. On my paper that I have, you're first. Just so you know.
That is funny. You're right. This is a comedy show.
I think it's the way people sign on.
That's the definition of funny.
Right. David, anyway, I'm sorry I forced you into doing this. I know you had a snafu today, but I appreciate you coming in.
I do it not just for you. I do it for the fans.
Yeah, for you, Mr. and Mrs. Front Porch. And we appreciate that. No, guys, I really do. Everybody's from Los Angeles today, where apparently that is just the absolute worst place to be on the planet for some God knows reason. It makes no sense. I'm with the president. I keep thinking sunshine is the cure, but I guess that is the opposite. I don't, like, why is it so bad there?
What?
Why is it so bad in Los Angeles?
There was a big article today in the LA Times explaining why it's so bad here, but basically it just got really bad.
Are you guys going out and doing stuff that you shouldn't be? I mean,
No.
what? No, you're not.
Of course
right?
not. No,
Of course not. We're responsible people trying to stay alive.
I know everybody feels that way. I mean, you would expect this to be in New York where it's colder, or places where it's cold. It's like catching a flu or something. I mean, I know it's not like the flu, but I'm saying, but it's just kind of weird that you would think in California you could eat outdoors. That would be a thing.
you had me at you can eat out.
Right. Well, we can still eat outdoors, but I'll show you in a couple of minutes that it's just awful here because it's 30 degrees. It's the absolute worst. Meanwhile,
It looks terrible. There's this guy sweeping up behind you. And
well, this was last year's.
Mask.
This is my favorite.
He's not wearing a mask.
This is my favorite place to be on New Year's after, like around 3 a.m. when they're cleaning up. I've always wanted to do a talk show with a desk right in the middle here, and I have to keep moving it because the street sweepers keep coming by. That had always been my big plan, that I wanted to do a big New Year's after 3 a.m. when everybody's looking for stuff to watch. That was before Netflix, when people had stuff to watch.
what is that upside down W he's in front of?
It's called a McDonald's. It's very big with the young kids.
Okay.
I know that whenever I see the Golden Arches, I'm sure that a McDonald's is not far away.
At least within like a 5-mile radius.
Yeah.
I always think of that movie Time After Time with Malcolm McDowell when he first goes, where he goes into the McDonald's and he can't believe it exists. And he's like just checking the tape. He's H.G. Wells. So he's, in the future, which is 1979, which is actually extra funny now to watch it now.
Yeah, but forget about Malcolm McDowell in that movie. What about Mary Steenburgen? Oh,
You liked her?
oh my God.
I never
You
got
gotta go
into
back.
her. She was
Check it out.
sexy in that movie.
Oof. Oh,
I always liked her as an actress, but I never found her, she didn't do it for me, like the way Ann Archer did.
When you go through all the girls that do it for you,
Yes, I could.
that would be a great use of time.
That's how I watch television. That's why I unfortunately watch a lot of Disney stuff I'm not allowed to talk about, but I watch shows. I will sit there and watch Two Broke Girls because they're hot. I'll watch it, it's not my favorite show, but I'll watch shows with hot girls. I'm that guy. I watch The Big Bang Theory every episode every day because I like Kelly Kuko.
They're hot, but they're so broke.
You watch every episode every day? That's a lot.
Yeah, because it's on TBS every day.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what, 180 episodes every
Whatever
day?
they put on, I'll sit there and watch it. I like the show, but it is funny. I am probably the last person they make network television for. I
think they make a lot of network television for white guys.
Well, like
Check
I
out
said,
Wet Hot American Summer on Netflix.
I know, and that's the worst part. This was supposed to be my time, the middle-aged white man. I don't know what went wrong.
Yeah.
I should have been the king of the world. What are you guys doing? I mean, like, what have you been doing? I haven't spoken to any of you. I talked to Wayne, but I mean, David, like, what have you been doing? So, have you been working on anything?
It's so funny. There's 2 Davids and 2 Waynes on this.
Right. It's very odd.
Of course.
What'd you say? What am I doing?
Yeah.
Not much. I have 2 kids here that don't go to school because of online school, and so and nobody can do anything or go anywhere. So we stay home and play a lot of board games, and
that's cool.
Try to figure out what the hell to do with the world.
Isn't that funny, though, that we all used to make fun of people that homeschooled their kids, and now we look to those people for answer. Like, well, how do you do it? They're geniuses now. It's really funny how everything is flipped around. What about you, Scott? How are you and your wife?
Leave her out of this.
Sorry,
the guy who watches TV just for hot girls wants to know about my wife.
Oh,
just about your wife. That's all he wants to know about.
Well,
focus on your wife.
I realize now when it came out that way. Hey, how is your wife doing? She good? Yeah.
We're good. We haven't been doing anything. We've not seen anyone. You're the first person I've seen. I feel like this is Castaway, and you're the big boat that's picked me up.
All right. Well,
I've said goodbye to Wilson. carefully.
Well, I'll show you. Mikey, can I share my screen?
By the end of
Oh, this is gonna be
Castaway,
good.
I felt like Wilson was like a character in the movie.
I disagree. I thought New York was definitely, but Wilson, no.
Oh wait, I gotta be able to. Oh, here we go. I will show you. This is how we work the show. I will show you what
Okay.
I have been up to.
Oh.
See, normally this show is based on tailgating and what I do in the tailgates. These are old pictures where I used to be able to tailgate. We used to have a great time with beautiful cuts of meat and grilling and good times and drinking. And now it's come to just sitting outside at a diner outside. I'm freezing. You can't tell. I'm trying to be. It's 30 degrees.
You
But I'm
really fake it. Well, it looks like you're not that cold.
Thank you. This is just a diner in the 80s on Madison Avenue. You can see they got the covering. They got
You
a
took
little
this
bit of
photo
a-
in the 80s?
It looks present day.
What'd you say?
It doesn't look like the 80s. It looks like 2020.
I know.
At
It's
least
on,
2019.
Madison Avenue, ironically, with a girl named Felicia Madison. This is later that night. It is definitely now it's 20 degrees. Their heat lamps are awful. This is a place I love going every Wednesday to support the place. And my friend is the manager there. I'm there. This is Liz. She's the manager of the Comedy Cellar, and her dog, which was the only thing providing heat. This is actually a college professor at NYU. Nobody has anything to do. And we're sitting there outside. This is the only way. It's awful.
I would have never guessed it was cold from that photo.
It's freezing. Oh, I show you this because this is the manager of the place, and look at she's so into. Look, she got the good hat that lights up. I like that she gets into it. But right across the river, I did this on Sunday across the George Washington Bridge. You can go right in inside like the whole thing never happened.
Is that Fort Lee?
Yes,
Yeah, I can tell.
I never.
Yeah, but they have hand sanitizer. That's the tip off.
Right, that's the only way you'd be able to know it was 2020. But yeah, you can totally eat inside in New Jersey for some God knows reason. And we went to town, and it was nice. This is my friend; she's a nurse, so she just got
to introduce everyone in these pictures.
Well, she just got the vaccine.
Okay.
You know, because she's a frontline person. She got
Good
the
for
first
her.
dose, and then she's waiting on the second one. And this was me in beautiful downtown Fort Lee, New Jersey. And it's probably only 7:00, but it looks like it's 3 a.m. there. There's nobody there. But it was so pleasant there without
Once
a bunch.
again, pretending not to be cold, I bet.
Look, and
I
this
know Dave
here-
Juskow.
Then we were just getting high in the park, and you could see there's the George Washington Bridge. It was very lovely.
Yeah.
I mean, this was only Sunday.
Was that bridge named after a slave owner?
I think everything was named after a slave owner
Okay, just
at
curious.
this point.
That's shocking.
And then she took me to this place, which I'd never been, and she says they have the best chicken parm heroes in the
Mhm.
country here. So they were open, so we got 5 of them for later. Although I can't deny, I ate it that evening.
Right, of course. Oh,
I
that
had
does
to-
look good.
Why? How could you not? Look at that. Yum.
I couldn't. I knew it was in the refrigerator, and I couldn't. Yeah, doesn't that look brilliant? Then I kind of had some issues afterwards. Well, then I was up all the rest of the night. Then I was up the rest of the night watching anything that was on TV. This was Christmas Day, actually. This is what the Mets on their station put over a Yule log. I took this right up. This is my TV. I just
Right.
took a picture.
The
This was
Marlins?
their- Yeah, a Mets Marlins game from 2019 in a
Yeah.
Yule log presentation. This is what they've decided to put on TV when they've
go
run out of
Mets.
ideas.
Oh,
And
I
as
wanna
I was
see.
scrolling through,
Take a look at that.
I came upon this.
Oh,
That Todd
yes.
Berry, Paul Rudd movie.
That's right. Yeah, and this was just Christmas Day. I'm the last person with cable, so I
Oh,
run
check
through
it
the
out.
channels. And then
Can we watch it? Oh,
Just don't look at that Rotten Tomato score on there.
wait, does it? Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Ouch.
I got Todd Barry to come out doors. And
oh, look at
Yeah.
that.
can you imagine? I mean, this guy's afraid of everything. But somehow I got.
Except crowd work. He loves it. Loves
And
it.
then This was me taking him home as I was drunk in the car.
This guy's afraid of everything, I tell you.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it ain't easy. Yeah, he was really nervous, me driving. It was great.
I hope this whole show is just pictures like this.
It is.
Okay,
I would love
good.
it.
Keep going. Keep going.
So this I was just taking pictures off the TV as I was watching. This is Archie Bunker's place where everybody's freezing in his place.
Sure.
Because he's turning down the heat because of the energy crisis.
Yeah.
There's always some crisis. That goes to show you at every time period, there's some crisis.
Right. Stop
Exactly.
complaining. Stop complaining.
In
That's what I'm
1985, it was the one on Infinite Earths.
Exactly.
So are
Oh,
you saying this is similar to what you're going through now outside of New York?
that's exactly what I'm saying.
I got
Yeah,
it. I got it. Okay.
That is the git, as you might say.
Oh, is that Jack Benny?
Right. So this is
Okay.
Jack Benny. And so I recorded this one because I had never seen the show, well, ever really.
Oh, he's the master.
Yeah. So I was watching, and a lot of it's really funny and interesting because, it took place before our time, and all that's kind of fascinating. But this particular scene, he's up at 4 a.m. and he doesn't know what to do. So he decides to take a walk at 5 a.m. now. And he's going to get dressed and take a walk. And so he gets dressed to take a walk in a jacket and tie. I thought that was, I know that's not supposed to be the funny part, but for some reason for me, that was the funniest part of they don't know it's funny, but he gets dressed up to just take a walk, an early morning walk in the jacket and the tie.
Think about it. Jack Benny might see what you wake up to put on to take a walk and laugh at that.
You're right. He would be like, my stars, nobody dresses up anymore.
Dave, I just have one Zoom question. How do I stop your share screen?
You got to upgrade to the newest.
Everybody always says that around this time. Well,
How are you enjoying your Microsoft Windows system, Dave?
I once in a while I put on
yeah.
these comics that are just awful these days. They still make them. This was
Dennis?
Christmas Eve, Dennis the Menace.
Yeah.
And again,
Different
I mean,
perspectives on a blizzard.
yes, perspectives, but
This is very much like the movie Soul. It's all how you view the world.
Hey, no spoilers, please.
Oh, sorry.
What's
Sorry.
I think it's more like Rashomon.
what is this guy doing? He's like, he had no idea it was a blizzard until he all got dressed up with his briefcase and headed out the door.
It's Jack Benny style.
And why is Stephen Colbert the dad in this?
And they see the mother is shocked. I had no idea there was going to be snow. I don't know why this irked me.
Maybe because she doesn't check the weather app, I guess.
Nobody does. But it is 2020. It's not like this is a comic from 1972.
You sure?
I think
I'm
they
positive
recycle it
it's-
Yeah,
sometimes.
thank
It
you.
says it 2020 right here.
Well, okay.
No, they have liquid paper. They recycle it.
My
Look at
friend sent
this.
me this for Christmas, this Ball Guy t-shirt. I love it.
Terrific. Heather
Made me
Thomas.
very happy. Oh, so Scott has been in my football pool for like, I don't know, 15 years maybe. I used to run a
Something like
football pool. Scott and Sarah Silverman are in it, and lots of friends, my mother. And I always ask people to send a picture in case you win. So these are usually the pictures I get, just people and their kids or whatever. But thank God for Scott to send the fun pictures. Makes me so
I
happy.
put on the COVID 19 pounds.
You and Sarah always delivering with the excellent pictures
Oh, no.
that you can count on.
Where are you at? Ah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Well, what about this one I took? I mean, I've
There's a
had
lot of pictures of your wife here.
this was me and
More
Kulab.
than I have, I think.
We were out to dinner.
This is
at-
you and Kulab?
Oh,
Are
I
you
took
the
the
invisible
picture.
man?
It's a Blumhouse production right
We
there.
went we went to a Levi's.
Why is she hugging you down there?
I didn't even think about that. We went to a Levi's Strauss dinner party
Yeah.
somewhere.
So both Levi and
Wait.
Strauss were doing it together.
That one over by Sunset, over by the
Yeah,
Chateau Marmont.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I forget. I
Yeah.
forgot you were there.
Yeah. Yeah. There's that
Look, it was-
funny. That was so long ago, but I think
No,
about
that wasn't it.
You what?
That wasn't it.
Oh, right. No, I got you.
Um,
Yeah, no, I shouldn't have been there. I don't know how I got invited.
no,
Mark
Sarah
Cohen
took
was
you.
there too.
It was Sarah's thing, so she took you.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, look at
this,
us.
Look at this.
There's Scott
Yes.
and David.
That's a
And
cute photo.
that is a cute
Cute.
photo. And
Did you
here's
try-
Wayne and
Did you try to get
Huh?
Adam for this?
no, I didn't. I don't think I've met him.
What was that?
Here's
What were
Wayne
we
and
doing
Scott.
with the 2 fingers, Scott? What was? I have no idea memory of that.
I have no idea. Is that Fred Savage?
That's who it looks like,
Sure
yeah.
is. Sure is. Sure is.
Were you on the show with him?
Yep. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. You booked the show.
I wondered if you had some sort of connection. Like, you
I mean, I do know Fred.
Yeah,
but,
that's just a
but
weird
It was
booking.
a total coincidence when I got there.
right? Okay. I bet your book was coming out, and
Oh,
I photoshopped
Yeah,
myself in the picture because I felt left out.
I love it.
Oh, there you go. Not looking too cold.
Is that you?
I
That is
remember
me
this.
when I was on the Geraldo show. I used to go during my sophomore year of college with Ken Marino.
What
to
college
talk
did you go
shows.
to? I'm sorry, I don't.
It's called
know
New
you
York
at all.
University.
It's a little university in New York.
Yeah, yeah.
Not
So
the
this
bad.
is a young David Wayne asking, I believe, Kiss the band a question.
That's
And what
right.
was that question? That's the part I can't find out.
You know, I don't know. Maybe I have
Oh.
it somewhere, but
I've
Well, the
seen
reason
it.
I brought it up is because I feel like we all have these pictures from our sophomore year in at college. This is me on the Letterman show. This is Andy Kaufman's ass.
Oh, I
And
love
that's
it.
me here in the corner
Oh, I do see you.
in
That's
the
you? Are
Letterman
you
audience.
Is that the original first lyric of "Losing My Religion"? That's Andy Kaufman's ass, and that's me in the corner.
Very
In
good.
the corner. That's good. Yeah, he went into the audience and started hugging everybody, and
And then
there I
wrestled
was.
some women.
I thought he hugged everybody. But I thought since I saw David's, I was like, well, look, I'm in one of those shows too. But you guys were all asking questions. But I think the greatest one, of course, is the Wayne Federman Bob Hope.
Yes.
First, I like.
You really unfolded it, didn't you?
It just came right up. Thank you. And good luck on your comeback. Anyway, I love it. I love it. I was wondering, you
You
do
have to show
so
the
many
whole thing?
shows, and when you do a big show like the Academy Awards, do you still get nervous?
I'd get nervous if I was dressed like you, I tell you that.
Who the fuck is this guy? You had a much better comeback for him. That just still makes me angry. He thought he was so funny.
still
Boy.
rest in peace.
That was also NYU.
Wayne. Wayne, you've really toned down the accent since then.
I know. What did I sound like? What does that sound like?
No, it does.
Anyway, I love it. I love it. I was wondering.
You do sound
So
different.
nervous. So nervous.
Well, of course. I mean, who wouldn't be? I mean, really. I mean, the guys. And this was the show America Alive
oh,
with
yeah.
the talents of Art Linkletter, Phyllis George, and Bruce Jenner.
Oh, don't dead,
Dead
name.
name. Dead naming.
You mean Caitlyn Jenner?
Yes.
We just had
Oh,
some
you mean
dogs
that.
delivered.
Well, can you call him Bruce when he's this?
You're not supposed to, unfortunately.
You can't call him Bruce here?
You just did it, but you're not supposed to.
You can watch the movie They Call Me Bruce anytime you want
I love that. Isn't that
with
what-
Jackie
is that
Chan.
I
I'm
thought that
going
was
to give you a copy
Johnny.
of the book. I am not Spock. It'll explain.
They called me Bruce was with Johnny Ho. Wasn't that his name? Or
Maybe, yeah, but I think Jackie Chan was in it. I'm not sure. Or
Oh,
maybe I'm racist.
I remember that one. This was the old Fez lineup from the 90s, I believe.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
that's
Alec
right.
Holland! What a great guy that guy was.
I didn't
Yeah.
know. Here's the one I didn't know. But an amazing lineup on show number 23.
And of course, the disgraced Randy
Yes.
and Jason Sklar.
I've already seen their sweatshirt in these things.
And here is the Sarah Silverman and Friends at Ars Nova. Remember that place?
Whoa, I don't remember this.
What is
Me,
Ars Nova?
You,
Oh, that's
Benjamin and
Steve
Glazer, Todd and
Russell,
me.
David Wayne, Benjamin and Glazer, Todd Barry, Dave Juska. What a lineup!
I couldn't believe I was on that lineup. So I'm always
It's like
surprised.
a scrapbook of.
Is that John Benjamin and Nikki Glazer? That's my little joke.
So,
Benjamin Button.
Of course,
look
this,
at this.
the legendary Between Two Ferns when you
Yes. That's
somehow
an Emmy. That's an Emmy winner, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. You scored Obama, which was amazing. And I always was like, I remember telling Sarah, and I'm like, hey, I just had this guy on my podcast from Three's Company. This is my Obama. Larry
Love
from
him.
Three's Company. I was fortunate enough to meet him, and it makes me happy every day.
I feel like I met him once too. I don't
He's
know
the
why
best.
though. Yeah.
Great guy.
Isn't that weird? Like I grew up just like so entranced by show business, and to meet someone like him would be like my ultimate dream. And now I can't even remember if I ever met him.
That's what I'm saying, right? It's like it's
Yeah.
your ultimate dream, but then you met Obama, so
Yeah. He has to get out of my brain, make way for Obama.
Can you guys see this direct message, or does that just come on my screen? The producer just said that They Call Me Bruce had Johnny Yoon and Margot Hemingway.
But was Jackie Chan in it? As like
No.
no?
I guess not.
I don't think so.
I think it was a takeoff on Jackie Chan movies. I think that was the gag. He was a
Well,
comic, Johnny Yoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely was a takeoff on Bruce Lee movies.
Yeah.
but-
So here in the category of like
Oh, that's
pictures
Wendy
you
and
can
Mel.
pretty much, leave the business after taking. I had Wendy Liebman on a couple of weeks ago, and this is an amazing. But then Wayne showed that really anybody can get a picture with Mel Brooks, I guess.
Are you going to leave the business now?
The what?
Are you going to leave the business now?
Yeah, he can leave the business because then Wendy had, this wonderful thing on the Larry Sanders Show. But then,
Oh.
well,
Okay. What is this is embarrassing.
this is the show.
Oh, is this what the show? Okay. For some reason, I thought that the Tennessee Titans were involved with this show.
No, they
but
come up later.
I'm wrong.
Here's the picture Scott Aukerman can leave show business with.
Ah,
You
there
got
they
a picture with the cast of
yeah.
U2.
are. The cast with all the original members, no understudies. The cast of U2.
Dave Evans, one of my
Or David
favorites.
Wayne with Triumph the Insult Comic Dog,
Oh yeah. How about that?
which is awesome. I
Was
love
I there
Triumph.
that year?
What?
Was I there that year? David? Was I there a year
think
that you
might
were
have
there?
been there that year, and also I have real fond memories of that phone case, which I no longer have. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, again, They Call Me Bruce, about a guy being mistaken for Bruce Lee and had a sequel called They Still Call Me Bruce. Thank you, Mike.
Hmm.
Sure.
So he
Good producing.
summed that up. I love Triumph.
was a good-
Was that like an all-star game or an actual Royals game?
That's Paul Rudd's charity event they do every year, Big Slick in Kansas City, to raise money for Children's Hospital there. And they
Cool.
bring a bunch of celebrities and people like me as well. And it's really fun.
No, it sounds like fun. This was the funniest thing I had ever seen. I had no idea this existed. The Wayne Federman International Film Festival. That is awesome. I love when people do stuff like that, which because I do it myself. As you can see, I run a horse race, the Dave Juskow Invitational 2. Their first to they're all named after Police Academy movies. This is at Monmouth Park. And when you have your own race, you get to take a picture with the jockey that wins. These are my friends and my nephew. So I appreciate
I
the-
hope the guy in blue was the jockey. That would be a good comedy race.
Well, that's why I always
The other guy in blue
appreciate-
is the horse.
I always appreciate.
Oh, you're talking about the kid?
Anyway, now we will go to the. Oh no, that's.
Oh, there's more. There's another 6,000.
Don't open up the
pictures.
porn folder by accident.
This is last week's games that we picked. As you can see, the audience is crushing, winning 11 games last week. Me and Tom Papa.
What am I looking at? As you can see, it's a
You
bunch of
can't-
random fucking weird bullshit.
It's a grid. It's a
Well,
grid.
but
man.
the audience knows it every week, so that's why.
All I know is that as a native Cleveland, Ohioer, I'm proud that my team is the only one without the insignia.
Oh,
Oh, yeah? That's
That's
true.
the only thing I can see from this business.
well, as you can see, the Jets pulled an
Amazed.
amazing upset. Nobody bet them.
Yeah.
And yeah, the audience is killing it. And they pretty much won the season. They beat the
No
crap
matter
out-
what happens, no matter what happens this week.
Yeah, exactly. This is Tom
Okay.
Papa,
Yeah.
Greg Rogel, and Marina Franklin.
Oh.
And they all beat the shit out of Greg, who's in our pool, which is embarrassing for him.
How does Scott do in the pool?
He usually does really well. That's why we always usually once a year, he always wins or comes in second or third, right?
I usually I try to make my money back. That's like my
What
goal.
do you get if you win?
Money, usually like 150 bucks,
Kisses.
$200 if you
Okay.
win. And if you win the season, you get like $1,000 or $1,500.
You know what I like about this week, by the way, is there's no Monday Night Football.
I love Monday Night Football.
Well, it's over.
Yes, it is over. And
What did you do Monday night? That was so important, Wayne.
yeah, why do you hate Monday Night?
You hanging
Football
out with
so
Bob Hope again?
I don't know. My Mondays are free now. I can do a lot. I have
You'd
No.
prefer all the games happening simultaneously.
I liked
mean,
it when it was just
1 and
old-
3 on
No,
Sundays.
yeah.
I like it that way too. I like the Monday night, the one Monday night game, but I like it more just every Sunday. I like that too. I don't like the Thursday night games.
Yeah.
I like it old school too.
Then a couple of weeks ago they have Saturday games.
Get out of here.
Well, they've always done that in the late December. But
Okay, all right.
anyway, this week's all Sunday, and it's all weird because a lot of people won't be.
I love
playing.
how whenever we want to talk about something, you cut it off. Anyway.
Oh, sorry. No, go
Like,
ahead.
We've just sat through all of your fucking pictures.
Well, the show is. I believe I said it. I show pictures of myself, and you guys make fun of it.
Oh,
That
I
is
see.
the show.
Oh, okay. Hey, what's that you're wearing? Where'd you get it at a thrift store?
Well, it started when I was doing it live, and I would show pictures, and Artie Lang was on the show, and he just kept butchering it, and we're just like, let's keep doing that. It's funny.
All right. So what are we looking? We're looking for the Cleveland helmet. Is this what? Oh, I see.
No.
So we're 10-point favorites.
Well, we're starting with the Colts and the Jaguars.
Oh,
who
we're
are-
going right at the top.
Oh, and
That's
we're
the way
at
you
the
do
top,
it.
so-
That's your system.
Yes.
All right, because the fourth one down is already highlighted. This is already highlighted.
Oh, I'm only highlighting the ones that are interesting and have something to play for.
think
The
the
Colts
Colts
have
look
something to
good.
play for. I mean, they win and they're in. They're minus 14 against the Jaguars, who obviously want to lose so they can have the first round pick. So I
we
think
have to pick the.
yeah,
Are we picking the line?
and
or
the
just
spread
two
is minus
wins?
14. Yes.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay,
say
I
the
didn't
Colts
know that.
beat the
What's-
crap out of the Jaguars. Scott, what do you think?
Now, bear in mind, I haven't watched a single game this year, mainly
That's all right.
because ever since they started kneeling, I am out. On
Thank God
fourth
somebody
down,
said it.
I mean.
Right.
But
no running out the clock for you.
no, I hate it. Play until the last
Play.
collapses.
They're professionals. Right.
I can't just leave 10 minutes before my job ends.
Right. That's hilarious.
I would say, I don't know. I'm going to go against you, Dave, and I'll say the Jags.
Jags
Is that
cover
who it
the
is?
spread.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
David?
Well, I think the Colts have a real good passing game this year. The Jags, though, have really delivered when it comes to other things. So I'm going to go with the Colts.
Okay. Mr. Federman?
Well, the Jags have been off all season. Yeah, I'm also going to go with I'm going to piggyback what Wayne said. I'm going to go with the Colts. to
Wayne and
cover.
Wayne.
Yeah,
Mike, what is-
and by the way, I usually only bet the spread. So this is, I'm over under. Excuse me. I usually
Oh,
only bet over.
I
under.
actually do that too when I'm actually
Oh.
gambling.
That's
but
all I bet. So
David does spread. Mike, what's the audience say?
They're saying Colts.
Yeah. Makes a lot of
thank
sense.
God. So you can't give that first to give us.
Nope, we always do it last.
Oh God. Damn it.
So here are the Titans that need to win and will be in. They are minus 7.5 points. I will take that with no issue. Scott, your thoughts?
7.5. Yeah, I'll take the Titans for that. Yeah.
They have to. I think
Yeah,
they have to win.
They have to. Yeah. They have to win by
Yeah.
8. Yeah.
But I'm saying they have to win to get into the playoffs.
Can they win by
Okay.
7 3/4 and still win?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
David Wayne.
5/9.
Well, as you know, Corey Davis.
Why only half?
Come on, guys.
Come on. There's a lot
Come
of
on,
fractions.
let's have fun out there in Las Vegas.
What are we
Come
doing?
on, guys.
I think with Corey Davis as the wide receiver on the Titans,
Oh, I love
you
it.
know, have a lot of thoughts about that, and I'm going to go with Tennessee.
Okay. Wayne Federman.
Yeah, I'm also going with the Titans. Yeah, but just
What
because
about-
of that movie, with the
I don't
Kraken
remember
in
it.
It was
Yeah,
about
remember this.
something about the Kraken. I don't know.
Mike, what's the audience say?
Titans.
Titans across the board.
Yeah, not surprising.
Yes.
Not
Here
surprising.
are the
Yes.
Buccaneers against the Falcons. The Bucks
Wow.
don't really have much to play with. I'm going to take the Falcons, who kept it close with Kansas City last week. Let's go to Wayne Federman first this time.
Oh, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
Taking the points.
And the Falcons are eliminated.
Yes.
I'm still going to go with the Bucks.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the Bucks. Just going
David
with Brady.
Wayne.
I think he cares about that stuff.
That's true. David Wayne.
Well, I feel like Tom Brady's move to Tampa could have looked desperate, but it seems to have been defining. So I'm going to go with the Bucks.
Okay.
Wayne and Wayne.
Scott.
Love it.
I'm
Tough,
going with
just a tough one.
Yeah, I'm going with probably just alphabetically the Bucks.
Okay. The audience.
The Bucks.
All right.
Oh.
I'm the only one. Okay, so this one is
Alphabetically by team name, not city name.
Right,
Sure.
right. Because
I know I was getting a lot of texts. I'm sorry.
Here's if the Giants win, if Washington loses and the Giants win, they're in, or if the Cowboys win, they're in.
Whoever
assuming-
wins this
Washington
game is in if the Washington loses.
Right. I am going to pick the Cowboys because they've been playing really good lately. And it's so ironic to have them win it all and win the East after that we thought they were all out. Scott?
I mean, one of them has a big star. The other one has, an N and an upside down N. So, or an H. I'm not quite sure what that is, but I'm going to go with Dallas.
Okay. David, Wayne?
Dallas is looking awful good this year. Then again, New York really has a lot going on too. So I'm going to go with Dallas.
Okay.
This is the
This is the way
first.
most of the people on the show pick anyway. So.
No, this is the way. I'm going with the New York Football Giants.
Oh, interesting. What does the audience say, Mike?
They are also saying Giants.
Interesting. Fascinating.
Interesting. I always play to the crowd, guys.
Oh, Jets and Pats. I
that's a
know
tough
the
one.
Jets are going to win because I knew they were going to win the last 3 games of the season. They're going to end up keeping their coach, and it's just going to be horrible again next year. I mean, it's such an obvious thing that's going to happen here. Scott, what do you think?
Well, I mean, the Jets, a lot of people don't know, are the only team to have not only their team name, but the city that they're from in their logo and a football, which is just like, you got to really appreciate that.
And isn't their logo the shape of a football
It's
as
the
well?
shape of, and there's a football inside
In
it.
it,
It's
okay.
like
Oh,
that
wow,
TV
you're right.
inside the TV that Just Cow showed us. So I got to go with the Jets on this one.
Oh, I can't believe we're picking the Jets. David Wayne?
Well, New England Patriots they got Corey Dillon as a running back back in 2004.
What website are you on right now?
No, I'm a fan, as you know.
I can see the reflection in your glasses.
So I think that really puts me into the Patriots category for this year, for this
Okay.
time, or whatever the fuck we're talking about.
Wayne?
Yes, I am also going to go with the Patriots just because I feel like America's making a comeback. And I'm now a full-on Patriot.
Nicely done. The audience,
you.
Mike?
Pats.
Pat's interesting.
Oh, man.
This one, the Chargers are favored by 3 because Kansas City is just going to rest people, even though they have 2 weeks.
Right.
So I guess I'll take that. I'll go with David Wayne first this time.
Well, I got to go with Kansas City because you showed that picture of me in the city.
That's true.
Sports, so yeah.
And you have a nice charity event there. Wayne Federman?
I always go for Native American teams. It's not even a question. I always
Well
go.
done. Well done.
Yeah.
Scott?
Upset
Well-
about Cleveland baseball.
Everything's up to date there. You can turn on the radiator anytime you want some heat. I got to go with Kansas City.
Mike, what does the audience say?
They're saying Chiefs.
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 Oh my
Look,
God.
I'm the
I'm
only
right
one
on.
picking
Yeah.
this. We have the Blue Lions, as Carmen Lynch calls it, against the Minnesota Vikings. The Lions just stink, but so do the Vikings. This is a really tough one. I'm going to let Wayne Federman go first.
Well, this is a great Detroit versus Minneapolis, I guess. Is that where they play?
do.
Great rivalry, yeah.
Yeah, this is. I mean, the one right below it is. This is just like rivalry week. I love it. Midwest, There's a lion, and then basically people who are known for raping and pillaging, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go.
The NFL.
And then there was also the team from Minnesota. Yeah. God, that is hard. Both those teams are really not good. So that's. Oh, I think the Lions are going to lose this game, but cover.
You're taking the points. Yeah, that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
David Wayne?
They are the only NFC team to have not yet made an appearance in the NFL Super Bowl. So I'm going to have to vote against the Lions on this one.
Against the Lions. Nice. Scott?
Look, these teams hate each other professionally and personally.
Right.
Every single person on both teams picks someone on the other team to hate for the rest of their lives. So I have to go with the Lions on this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that too for the points factor.
For the
what
points,
does
yeah.
the audience say, Mike?
Vikings.
Vikings.
Oh, the Vikings. Interesting.
The audience is very good. So
Yeah, I like that the Lions are they're pouncing, right?
yes, the Browns are favored by 10 points because clearly Pittsburgh has everything wrapped up, and they can rest people. So it's the Browns who got smoked.
What are the Browns fighting for? What position?
A playoff spot.
Oh, they win, they're in.
That's right.
Do they play against the Steelers in the playoffs? Are they in the same division?
They might. They
So
might end up.
The
playing
Steelers
them.
might want to end up keeping them out. Is that
Well, also it's a rivalry game, so it's a tough
Oh,
call.
yeah.
Yeah, Scott, what do you think first?
Well, God, there's so many factors in that. I mean, you got the orange helmet and then the little 3 stars. I'm going to go with
love
the
picking
Browns.
those.
I'm going with the Browns.
All right, to cover the 10. David Wayne?
Well, as the Northeast Ohio, greatest location in the nation. New York may be the Big Apple, but Cleveland's a plum. This is my hometown,
That is Shaker Heights, right?
Baker Heights, Ohio. So it's Browns all the way. Brownstown, dog pound. Let's go.
Yeah, you have to pick them. Wayne Federman.
Yeah, I'm going to go for the same reason, more for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And
That's
they
right.
have a new
rock and roll capital of the world.
Right.
Best
Alan
movie.
Freed started the whole thing, right?
Yeah, you can watch.
Alan Thicke?
Don't
What?
forget
Tell the host.
Colonel Tom Parker.
Oh, he was good.
He was
I don't know.
Love
You
his
guys might have
music.
convinced me. I was going to take Pittsburgh, but I think I'll go with you guys on this
Thank
one.
you.
Oh, Baker.
the-
And I think Baker has something to prove.
That's true. What does the audience say, Mike?
Browns. Oh no, sorry, Steelers. Sorry.
Oh, see?
Jesus.
Maybe we should change our picks.
By the way, I like your computer program with the dots.
Underestimating.
Thank you. It takes a lot of time to put together.
I can imagine.
Here are
I-
the Baltimore Ravens, who also need to win and go in against the Bengals, who are on a 2-game winning streak. It's plus 12. This is a really tough one.
That's a tough one.
Wayne Federman, you go
Well, this
first.
is the hard one because obviously Baltimore's going to win this game.
Right.
There's not a question about that. Can they win by 12 points? I say they can. I'm going to go with the Raven. I'm sorry, David Wayne. I'm sorry. I know that team used to be
Oh
involved
man,
in.
don't even
I'm
get
sorry.
me.
I'm sorry.
Start with me.
Art Modell, the whole thing.
Art Modell
right.
took our Cleveland Browns away from our town and turned them into Baltimore Ravens. He will never be forgiven. May he rest in peace.
Okay.
And I'm going with Ohio on this
Wait,
one.
you just said may he rest in peace. It sounds like you forgave him.
Good point. Scott?
A lot of people don't know that B on the Raven doesn't stand for Baltimore. It stands for bitch tits, which is like really insensitive. So I'm gonna have to
But
go.
very on brand for the NFL.
Of course. So I'm gonna go with the kitty cat.
Yeah, smart move. Geez, now I don't know because bitch tits is hilarious. I'm going to go with that. Mike, what does the audience say?
Saying bit Ravens.
Bitch tits.
What are they called? The bitch tits Ravens?
Bitch tits.
That is awesome.
Ah.
Here's the Chicago Bears. If they win, they are in the playoffs. But if Green Bay wins, they could possibly clinch first place. I think Green Bay will rest players. I don't think they think they're going to win the division, but they could. I'm going to take the plus 5.5. Scott, what do you think?
Oh, I mean, we have two very similar logos. I mean, really just
Yeah,
a
true.
cat and a little G stripe. They call it the G string in phonetics.
That's true.
Separate them. So, but I mean, I gotta go with. I'm tired of unpacking. I'm going with Cincinnati.
Chicago.
That's
Okay.
the Chicago Bears.
Okay, great.
That was great.
David Wayne.
Green Bay Packers, that's a Wisconsin location, Green Bay. Going with Green Bay.
Okay. Mr. Federman.
This is another incredible rivalry. I mean, this is where no one eats vegetables on either team in either city.
Where they play.
Green Bay and
Or pay.
Yeah. God, this is really hard. God, I'm gonna go with.
Did you almost say the Bears?
I don't want the Bears.
Oh, the Bears.
I think I'm gonna go with the Green Bay Packing Company.
Okay.
By the way, that's Lambeau Field. Oh, so they're playing at Soldier Field.
Soldier Field, yeah. If that's what it's
I love
called.
both of them play at Fields. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Mike, what does the audience say?
Packers.
Ooh,
Ooh,
interesting.
Interesting.
Okay, the Saints against the Panthers. The Saints beat up on the Drew Brees is back. Do they rest him? I don't know. I'm going to take the Saints. I don't have a problem with it. Scott, what do you think?
Look, when the Saints go marching in, they are going to play a football game against that other team. And I think the other team is going to win.
You think the Panthers are going to win?
Oh, is that who that is? Great.
Okay.
They're from Carolina.
David
Not
Wayne?
a specific Carolina, but just Carolina.
Well, the black and gold of the New Orleans Saints has always been something that means literally nothing to me. So I'm going to go with the Panthers.
Okay. Wayne?
That is.
Are they
really
playing these games the minute we finish so that we can know how we did? Because I'm never checking back in with this.
I'll let you know.
Man, I think they're gonna. I'm gonna go with New Orleans.
Okay. And what does the audience pick?
Saints.
They also are picking the Saints. This is the Bills that have really nothing to play for,
Right.
and the Dolphins that need to win the game. I'm actually going to take the Dolphins. Scott?
Well, Bills are in the news, what with these stimulus checks, getting held up. So I'm going with the Dolphins.
Okay. David?
Yep. The Dolphins have to. The Bills, they're not even. There's no reason they're even playing. So
That's right.
Yeah.
Wayne?
Is the PK stand for please kill?
Please kiss.
Please kiss. So they're going to make out.
They're going to make the teams kiss
Okay.
at center field on the 50-yard line.
Center field. Interesting.
Center field, yeah. They're going to convert it to a baseball diamond first. Play a quick 9 innings.
And then make out and then play a football game.
And yeah, it's a doubleheader.
Wait, reconvert the field and then play the game. Yeah.
Sure. The makeout has to last the entire conversion of the field.
Oh, I got you. So they have to please kiss. That is impossible. Like they're both. I'm going to go with the Bills. I'm going to go with the Bills. I'm going to kiss the Bills.
What does the audience say, Mike?
Please kiss the Bills.
They are also saying Bills.
Okay. Could be. They are on a little bit of a streak. Here are the 49ers, the Seahawks. I am taking the Seahawks. I don't have any issues with that whatsoever.
It's a
Wayne
West Coast
Federman,
game.
do you want to go first?
That's a West Coast
against
game.
Seattle. Yes.
Yeah, I'll also go with,
I believe the game will be in Arizona.
Right,
of-
right. Because of COVID. SF against the Seahawks. The Seahawks, yeah, I'm also going to go Seahawks.
Yeah. What
even
about
though
David
I'm giving
Wayne?
up no points.
Who's
David?
next? Oh, David.
you want me to? You're asking me now?
Yes.
This one is a tough one.
It is tough.
But I have like 15 minutes on this one.
Sure.
Please
Just type 15.
I
Nobody's
just want to
doing
go over the numbers and go over the.
Crunch the numbers, please. Don't
Wait,
just go over
Go
them.
over the number. Are you
I'm
going to
just
look
looking
at the
implied odds and I'm
injury
looking at-
report? What are you going to look at? What do you look at?
I'm
The
just looking.
injury?
I look at injuries and I look at implied odds and I look at
Number of
odds
players on the team.
and what sport is it? For example, what
Right.
are we doing? Like
What
why-
shape is a football? It's football shaped, which it's unlike any
okay.
other shape on earth.
You know what? All in all, pound for pound, it's looking like the Seahawks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Aukerman?
You know, this is a West Coast game. I expect to see the West Coast offense used at least once. I have to go with the Seahawks on this.
All right. What does the audience say?
Seahawks.
The Rams are playing without Jared Goff. I am going to take the Cardinals on this one. That seems like a no-brainer for me. Scott, what do you think?
Cardinals are going to beat a disappointing LA team, I believe.
Oh, right. Okay.
By this amount of points. Can I say
Wayne,
that any clearer? Jeez.
Wayne, do you want to go next? I see David.
Yeah, there's two Waynes. So just Jesus.
Wayne Federman then.
Come. Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
I'm also Larry Fitzgerald is one of my favorite all-time athletes. He plays for the Cardinals. I'm going to go with Larry.
Okay, David Wayne.
You know, my favorite movie of all time is Heaven Can Wait, so I'm going to be loyal to the Rams.
Nice.
I was thinking about that movie. When
Joe
I saw
Pendleton.
I think the Rams are going to go to the Super Bowl, and I think we're going to win.
But it looks so painful, sir. The audience.
Cardinals.
Cardinals. Here's a horrible game. The Raiders against the Broncos. I'm just taking the Broncos because the Raiders, I think they've lost their will to live. Mr. Aukerman, what do you think?
You know, I used to live in Irwindale right next to a giant hole in the ground that was waiting for the Raiders to move there, and then they abandoned all of their plans to move there. And there was a huge like shopping center that opened up next to it in anticipation.
Wow, I didn't know
the Raiders to move there, and all the businesses closed down. So for that reason, I've had a grudge against them. I'm going to have to pick the Denver Broncos.
I would have a grudge against them too for that reason. David Wayne?
I too have a grudge against the Raiders because of the 1980 division playoffs against the Browns. The Red Right 88, the famous fateful call by Sam Rutigliano, you might remember. And it was devastating. The Cardiac Kids once again did not make it to the Super Bowl. And so I'm going to go with the other team.
Excellent. Excellent. Really excellent. Wayne Federman.
I also have a grudge against the Raiders for what happened in 1984 when they were in Los Angeles and beat my beloved. They used to be called Redskins. I don't know what they're called now.
It's called the Washington Football Club.
Okay, a club. Okay,
wow. A team, maybe team.
And then
who's the treasurer?
And yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Jim Plunkett was the.
Yeah, that was the Howie Long.
Marcus Allen.
Howie Long.
We had him caught in the backfield. I'm still living it.
What does the audience say?
Broncos.
Broncos, yeah, across the board. So here it is. The Sunday night, the final game of the season. The Washington football team wins. They are in. The Eagles have been playing a lot better. Alex, they let go of their quarterback today.
Fired our quarterback.
The idiot that went to a strip club without a mask on, who went there after he lost a game. I mean, maybe you could make a case if he had won the week before, but he didn't. He's horrible, and they're saying we don't even need a quarterback. That's how much we hate you. We'll forgo this game. I really want to see either the Cowboys, Giants, and I'm going to take the Eagles. Scott, what do you think?
It's Washington. Come on. What are we talking about here? Well, come on, guys. This is ridiculous. I mean, come on. Washington.
You're going to take Washington?
Yeah. What are we talking about? Of course I'm taking Washington. What are we saying here? This is ridiculous. Why are we even... This is upsetting me.
It's a 1.5 point spread.
This is upsetting me.
Why are you making it seem like this is an easy pick?
Come on. What are we doing here?
David Wayne.
God.
Damn it.
Guys, when it comes to the Eagles, I think it's going to be a heartache tonight, but they're going to take it to the limit.
You're taking them?
They're desperados this year, and they're going to go all the way.
They're going to take the money and run.
They're the new kid in town.
Well done again. Wayne Federman, what do you think? Last pick.
Well, I have to go with my Skins. I'm still going to go with that. Totally
and what does the audience say?
Eagles.
That's probably what's going to happen.
Nice. I should have picked that.
That is our picks for this week.
That was exciting.
Well, that is exciting, isn't it?
It is.
And that ends our picks for the whole season.
No Monday night games.
And that ends our show and our series. And it was lots
That's
of
the
fun.
end of the show.
What?
That's the end of the show.
Well, I have
Been a
another
great
segment
series.
actually, but
Okay,
I
but
wasn't sure if you guys wanted to do it because it's late.
We'll do it.
You want to do
I
it?
speak for all of us. We'll all do it.
As you know, I have to go, but
yeah.
I love you all. And
David.
I just want to reiterate my picks. I got the Colts.
Dave, thanks for coming in. I know you. I really appreciate it. Really,
And I look forward to seeing how these teams do, and you'll let me know maybe via email.
By the way, David Wain, also excellent drummer.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, come on the new show and play something in a couple of weeks.
It'll be my pleasure.
Yeah,
Happy
that'd
New
be
Year.
great. All right,
Happy
thank
New
you,
Year,
David.
David.
Hi, David.
Let's go in with the last segment here, if you'd like. Usually, I just show pictures of football. I mean, these are the Jets. I usually show the Jets sucking, but they were actually scored a touchdown this week, and this is what it used to be.
All right.
That's what I show every week. This is the Steelers coming out again. I show it every week. What are they doing? The pomp and circumstance for who? Why is this necessary?
I'll tell you who it's necessary for is NFL Films.
Yeah, that's
when they
about
show
it.
the thing and they're coming out. And,
yeah, they don't even show this on TV.
Yeah, I know, but you'll see. Well, I can't see the camera guy, but usually there's like, oh wait, do you see the sound guy? Yeah.
I put this in for Scott and David for directing purposes. Here's the camera guy.
Oh, I relate to this.
Remember, when you used to wear a steady cam
Sure, directing the movie every day with hey, get my steady cam harness. I'm about to direct today.
Yeah.
This is
By the way, quick trivia. Who invented the steady cam?
Jerry Lewis? No, that's the
no, he did
video
the
playback.
Video playback. Steady cam. Oh, I should know this.
Well,
I don't know. Who is it? Wayne.
If I think his name's Garrett Brown, and I know the first movie was.
Oh, I thought it was a famous guy. Never mind.
Oh no!
So did I.
He was also the first operator. Bound for Glory is the first movie to use it.
Interesting.
Let's go.
And this is the first
football.
player to
Let's
be
talk
paid
football.
in Bitcoin.
What?
Yeah, just happened today.
What?
You imagine?
No, I can actually. That kind of stuff scares me a little bit.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be an economy that's
either this guy is
us.
the stupidest player to ever live or the smartest. So I guess we'll find out in the future.
I mean, money is just a concept that,
of course,
to make a certain segment of society feel like they don't have any. So.
But does that bother you at all that there's like people that live in a Bitcoin universe?
It's gone up so much. Like 5 years ago, I thought it was so stupid, but it's gone up so much.
I know.
It's hard to say. Don't know.
Yeah.
It's going to be like in-home schooling. Are we going to laugh at those people or are they going to be heroes later? This is the New York Post, yesterday's edition. They finally told the president to stop. It's a very pro-Trump paper. I get this paper every day.
You do?
Yeah. And my friend and Sarah Silverman says we stop getting the Post. It's a horrible paper. At least get the news. And I go, I get the Post because every day there's a story about Jessica Alba in it.
Right.
So every day on page 3, there's a hot girl in it. A lot of Jessica Alba. And I told Sarah many times.
You show Scott's wife next. It's going to get really weird.
Many times there's a picture of Sarah in it. And that shut her up really good.
Oh, that's good.
That shut her up.
Well, yeah, she was like, she's like, oh yeah, I get, okay. I was like, I just get it because they always have stories about you in it.
Nikki Gostein. Okay. By the way, if I'm not mistaken, Alexander Hamilton founded that paper.
He did that.
A lot of trivia from Wayne.
This happened in Japan.
Not good with comedy, but I know little things.
This happened in Japan on Thursday, and I just thought this is one of those things where, like, if you didn't know about science.
Lightning hit a volcano. Lightning hit a volcano.
Wow.
Is that what
yeah, you would definitely think God is angry with you if you were in BC times. Like, this is how they invented.
He just invented the wheel.
Right.
You think he's upset at it. Man was not meant to play God with the wheel.
Exactly.
What do you think Japan did to cause God to be that upset? What
I think they made the My name is Johnny. What the fuck? The movie we're talking about?
Call me Bruce.
Call me Bruce.
Bruce with Johnny Yoon.
I fucked
That's
that
for
up.
Johnny Yoon.
It's not even Japanese, I don't think.
He's
I
Korean.
know it was racist in every way. This is, and I think it's for real. It just came out yesterday. It's KFC.
KFC Onsole.
Have you heard about it?
No.
It's
Tell
called
me.
a KFC on console. It is a gaming thing that also you can heat up Kentucky Fried Chicken with in this
How big is it?
compartment.
Oh, I see.
Wait, you can't cook it. You can just heat it up.
You just heat it up and you can play
Oh.
games on it.
How hot does this get? Usually they have a trouble cooling them.
That's
Oh,
why I
okay.
always think about Porkins in Star Wars because I remember the first photoshopping was him eating a bucket of chicken.
Oh.
The very first Photoshop was.
That's what I remember.
Wayne, how come you didn't know that for trivia?
Apparently, my trivia. Go back to that one. Oh, this is on NASCAR. I see. I'm not familiar with this meme. Do you know this one, Scott?
You don't know Porkins from Star Wars?
Is this from the original 1977 film?
Yes. And he was
Right.
a fat pilot, so they just make fun of him
Did-
always
did-
eating.
Did he get killed?
Yes.
Yeah. It
Red
looks like
Six.
looks
I
like
think
the
he
kind
did.
of guy that would get killed.
Exactly. But his name was Porkins, so it's just everything about it. is
Oh, it's
funny,
like
It's.
in
I mean, every Star Wars name is so stupid. Skywalker because he's a pilot. Han Solo because he's the loner.
right, but that's the funny. But Porkins.
Leia Organa because she's an
regular name.
organism, a woman. That's all she's good for.
So this is them
that was a good
directing.
run. That was a
I
good
thought you
run.
would like this
Thank you.
Goldfinger.
Apparently, David is not listening to what
I
you're
was
saying.
listening. I'm sorry.
I'm not quite sure why we stayed
Right.
just to be treated like this.
I'm sorry.
He's already on two. There's been two other photos he showed since you did that little run.
I'm usually good about sticking around. I guess I was rushing because we were.
All right. What is this? Oh,
This
wait.
is,
This is Bullet?
Goldfinger.
Oh.
And there's a new
Love
book
it.
I think called the Goldfinger Files or something, and apparently they all the reporters and people had access to it.
Is this the Eddie Murphy, Steve Martin movie?
That's Bowfinger, you
Oh,
idiot.
I'm sorry. That's the sequel.
No, I love anything behind the scenes.
No,
Austin
Goldfinger.
Powers bow member.
This is Guy Hamilton filming Goldfinger. Look at this. I mean, this is in I don't know where they were here.
Where is his
Austria?
Steadicam?
And that
harness?
GB is for James Bond.
Oh, wow.
I always find that kind of fascinating. And
Games. Oh, yeah.
There's James Bond himself.
He looks pretty good in that shot.
he does
pretty
look
healthy.
good. Black is good for him.
Yeah.
Shaken, not stirred.
So, yeah, sorry about that, fellas.
No, that was so big deal. We're only here doing.
Hey, listen, that is our show for this evening, guys. Thank you so
Why do you
much
get
for
rid of
coming
people
on.
before the last 3 minutes of the show?
I know he wanted to go. He apparently had a thing with his wife and kids or something.
Right.
So he told me he might have to go. I begged him to come on because, as you can see, I tailor make the show for the guests.
Yeah,
So
no, that
does-
was. I didn't expect.
so-
I had not seen the show before, so I wasn't. I didn't.
Yeah,
know it was
no, I
gonna
understand.
be
I know nobody
humiliated
knows.
with-
I scheduled something with his wife for an hour from now because I'm polite.
So this was an all California show. Was this the first all California show for the?
Yes, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I had Greg Fitzsimmons and Beth Stelling on. I think that was.
That's too bad.
That's interesting. That
Anyway, do you guys? I mean, is anything coming up? I mean, there's nothing to plug anymore, right? I mean,
I love that. To plug something.
it's really fucked up. Well, that's what I would normally do. I'd have it prepared already, but nobody has anything going on really.
Look, I'm in the middle of Best of Comedy Bang Bang podcast for 2020. We have 4 episodes over the past couple of weeks. You can hear all the clips. Paul F. Tompkins and I sit around talking about all the clips, and we play the clips, and it's a great time of year. People love it. They're our most popular episodes, so you can hear all of those for the Comedy Bang Bang podcast.
Cool.
Love it.
And Wayne, you're not doing.
I'm working on that another stand-up documentary on this one on George Carlin.
Oh,
I don't know who that is, but I heard he was very good
He
in
used
the
to do
70s.
like a hippie character.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
good.
Carpet. It's not a car. It's not a pet.
You ever see
What is
Rick?
this?
You ever see Rick?
He was
Moranis?
very upset at the end of his
Was he?
10 years. Yeah, he said one of his specials is called "You Are Diseased" or "You Are All Diseased." I was like, okay, well, what interesting. Yeah. So no, it's a blast. It's a blast, especially the early stuff.
Why was he
really
angry though? Do you know?
Well, I just felt like he had something to say about.
You think he felt he wasn't appreciated, or
That's
just
a good question. I don't
How
know.
much time is spent on the very first episode of Saturday Night Live?
Well, we haven't edited it yet, but that's a big part.
So what? You're just taking everything he ever did and stringing it together, and then
It's
you're
a
going
1 hour long podcast.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I mean, yeah,
No, that will be good. I like that kind of stuff a lot.
Yeah, according to him, he said that they originally wanted to have permanent hosts of that show, but they couldn't get
They
anyone.
offered it to Albert Brooks first.
They did
to permanently host SNL.
Yeah, they said you can be the host every week, and he said, I'd rather direct films for you, and that's why he directed the films.
Wow, that's fascinating.
6 episodes.
Yeah,
I wonder what the point of having a permanent host would have been. I mean, I guess now we don't think.
Why?
that
It was like it was all based on like Rowan.
Well, I guess
and Martin.
because if they were all
Laugh-In had a
unknowns-
permanent.
Yeah, it's one of the only reasons anyone still watches that show is because like it seems dangerous because it's on live. If it wasn't live, no one would watch it ever past like 1 year. But then the rotating host aspect of it is like, oh, I wonder what this person's going to do. So they lucked into it. But at the time, it was like every show, like Howard Cosell and everything, just had permanent hosts. So
It is
right, and that's why they had to change the namers because Howard Cosell's show was called Saturday Night, right?
Yeah, Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live, right? They just had to call it Saturday Night, right?
Yeah.
So weird. I was because I was supposed to have Alan Zweibel on, and I had just read his book, and his father had
Instead of which one of us?
no, a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, and so I was.
My booking was about 4 weeks ago, so I know I'm pretty.
That's true.
No, mine was just 3 days ago.
Oh well, Wayne. I didn't even hear about David Wayne being on it, so I think you won.
Are you upset about that? I know you guys don't get along. I get nervous about that. I always want to make sure everybody gets along. So I was,
it was nice.
Sure
it was nice. This was
great.
great.
I've been mistaken for Wayne Federman for the past 25 years, so it's always great to see.
Is that true?
Yes.
A little bit. Yeah, you get that a little bit.
The person, when I first started doing comedy, everyone was like, you remind me of Wayne Federman.
Sorry about that.
I don't see that at all. I see you guys as two totally different people.
No,
so
there's a little bit of it.
I guess
I
I
see
know
it.
you
Yeah,
pretty
you're
well.
Color, Dave.
Yeah, I guess so. What did you say, Mike?
You don't see color, so.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I'm like the white Wayne Federman.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being my guests on my season finale. Thank you to David Wayne as well. And remember, next week, starting January 5th, 7 p.m., the new Comedy Cellar Nightly Show. My guest next week will be Colin Quinn
and Alan
Noam
Zweibel.
Dwarman, the owner of the Comedy Cellar.
Oh, yes.
And our musical guest will be the great Colin Smith. And that's the plan. It will be a half-hour format, and it'll be delightful, and we can all do something during this time of staying indoors and trying to have a good time with comedy, and especially the Comedy Cellar until it comes back live. So,
well, can I say Happy New Year? Enjoy your checks from the U.S. government.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wayne.
Hope you enjoy your Xboxes. Dave, it's all I always see you in December usually, so this is nice to see you.
Usually, or in August, we always see each other at Sarah's party or something like that, which is always nice. But it's very nice to see both of you guys, like at least in video format. But thank you everybody for joining us. Hope everybody has a great New Year. We'll see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. on the Comedy Cellar Nightly channel. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
So I leave the room.
He usually flicks it off.
Yeah.